Hello, what's up guys? I'm Kyle from KGR, and welcome to Show and Tell. For the few that are new, Show and Tell used to be my monthly pickup series. I say used to because I haven't been able to really afford to do this every month. But with that said, I also want to kind of revamp this series a little bit. So normally Show and Tell would just be monthly pickups where I show off everything that I've gotten in the past month. But I think what I want to do now is kind of want to just showcase one or two items in particular. So like say you watched my room tour, for example, and you see something in my collection that you have a lot of questions about. I kind of want to pull that down. First up, dust it off, because it's probably really dusty. But yeah, dust it off and tell you what it means to me, like how much I paid for it, how I got it, and pretty much what it means to me. Pretty much like what a real show and tell would be at like elementary school or something. So if that idea kind of interests you, let me know in the comments. Yeah, like if you haven't seen my room tour, check it out. And there's anything in the collection you want to see, because I have countless things in this room. Let me know in the comments, and I might do a dedicated show and tell for it. But this show and tell is going to be showing off things that I've gotten in the past 2 months. But I'm hoping that when I revamp it to only be one item at a time or something like that, I would love to make it super short, because normally my videos are like over 20 minutes and I dread editing all of that because it's probably at least 30 minutes of footage that I gotta go through, edit, and trim out so much, and it takes like almost 2 hours to edit a video, and it's annoying. And that's kind of why I dread doing YouTube videos now. But if I make the video shorter, who knows? I might fall in love with YouTube again. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But without wasting too much time, let's show off some of the things that I've gotten in the past 2 months. Now, these are not in chronological order. These are mostly at random, but I want to try to keep them in categories as much as I can, but we'll get into that. And the first thing I'm going to show you is something expensive, but not the most I spent on a single item in this whole haul, so we're off to a good start. And that is Oddworld Abe's Odyssey New and Tasty. On physical, on an actual PS4 case, and everything. It's nice. Now, originally, I had this game on PS4 digitally, but here my account got banned, so I no longer have this game. And then I had the realization, you know what? I kind of want to go for as much physical as I can, which is kind of what I was doing anyway, but if there was a physical option, I will go for the physical copy. So I bought a bunch of games. I bought Sonic Mania Plus, Octodad, Super Meat Boy, and now this. This is a game that I've been hunting for probably about a year, and now I finally have it. This game was not cheap. I paid $100 for this game. And I've had an opportunity to get it for about 80 or 90, but I didn't take it because I didn't have the money at the time. But this is the only used copy that I could find, and everything else, the listings for were at least 140 brand new, and I was going to open the game anyway, so now I'm happy that I have it, but I am not happy that I am $100 poor. But the reason why I bought this game was because here I bought a couple of figures from this one website, and it turns out they didn't have them in stock. I spent like $300 on these figures and didn't have them in stock, so I got refunded $300. So 100 of that just went into this. Another game I got was much cheaper. Much cheaper. And that is a copy of Crash Bash. Now, I've had Crash Bash since I was a kid. In fact, the disc that's inside this case is actually my childhood copy. Throughout the past year, I've been trying to recollect all the original Crash PS1 games in their cases. I have every single Crash game. I've had them since I was a kid, but I lost the cases to most of the PS1 ones. The only one that I had currently was like Crash 2. But yeah, I've had it since I was a kid, and when I bought Crash 1 and 2 mini games for like stupid cheap at the time, I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'm actually going to try to go for all the cases on PS1 again. And this was the last one I was missing, and I paid, I think, $12 or $13 for this game. But whenever I would buy a game, and I already had the game, and so I sold the disc by itself, I was going to sell this disc for about $8 to $10. And I posted on Marketplace, and then my friend wanted it, so I'm like, you know what, for you, $5. And then he came over and we chit-chatted, and it was the first time he ever came over because we're actually just co-workers, and I've wanted him to come over for a while, and he loves the way my room is set up. And in fact, he's actually moving into a new house, and he wants me to help him like set up his new game room. And to be honest, like, that time spent together was kind of worth it. I almost wanted to just give it to him for free. Like, he almost forgot to give me the money, and to be honest, I would have let him go with it. And before he left, he's like, all right, here you go, $5. Like, I didn't even ask him for it, and if he would have walked away with it, I would have been happy anyway. This next thing that I got was free. It's almost a game, but I'll get into it. So the next thing that I got was the deluxe edition of Kingdom Hearts 3. Now, this was free, but it doesn't have the game. I already have the game. But here what happened was, here my girlfriend bought an Xbox One and a bunch of used games, and I'm letting her borrow my second PS4, and she wanted to play Kingdom Hearts 3, and I told her, I'll just let you borrow my copy, it doesn't matter. But she's like, nah, I'll buy it. Because I guess she got this for like 10 bucks. So she bought the whole thing. It has everything in it. Steelbook, art book, the pin, and she was showing it off, and I'm like, ooh, I like the art book. I kind of want that. And she's like, you know what? This means more to you. Have everything. So I'm like, oh crap, nice! So now I have the deluxe edition of Kingdom Hearts 3. To be honest, I didn't think I was ever going to get it, because I never really wanted it all that much. But now I have it, so sweet! Speaking of Square, I've been streaming this a lot, and that is Final Fantasy VII Remake. Now, originally, I bought the standard edition for this game because I didn't know what I was really getting into. I mean, I knew it was going to be epic. I absolutely knew that. But I didn't know if I was going to actually enjoy it because I didn't know if I was going to suck at it or not. Right before this recording, I actually just beat the game. Oh my god, that ending, I'm not even going to talk about it. It is mixing everybody everywhere. I'm just excited to see where the series goes. I love this game. A lot. In fact, it's actually one of my favorite games of the whole console generation, and I want to get more into that in a future video. But because of me falling in love with this game in particular so much, I had to buy a lot of stuff after it. So, this caused me to chain buy a lot of things. You see, we have the deluxe version of Kingdom Hearts 3. I think we should probably make it close to a deluxe version to this as much as we can. And the first thing that we got is the mini soundtrack for Final Fantasy VII Remake. Now, I would love to have the full soundtrack, but I can't afford that. The thing is like anywhere between $100 to $200 on eBay. I think I might just buy the soundtrack digitally. Normally, I like to have it in a physical case, but it's not in a standard CD case. It's like a giant collection, so that's not how I really want to collect it anyway. So I might just buy it digitally if it's on iTunes. If it's on iTunes, let me know in the comments. I'm too lazy to check. I just always forget. But yeah, this one only has like 12 songs, but I love it. I'm excited to put this on my phone. Screw it. I might not even put it on my phone. I might just buy the digital thing anyway. But I have this though. That's the only physical thing I really need. So that's good enough, I guess. And we also got the art book. Because the art book's neat. Now, both of these things were in the deluxe edition. There was also a steelbook. But I don't care about steelbooks, so I didn't buy that. But thankfully, one of my viewers slash real life friends, Jason, he's been donating a lot. Most of the money ends up going to like groceries and stuff, but some of the stuff I would have donation bars just be, hey look, mini soundtrack, art book. Let's see who wants to buy it. Let's see if Jason really wants to buy this crap for me. And he bought it. But Jason, if you're watching, I told you a million times in the stream so far, stop donating and just save your money, okay? Put money in savings. Prepare for a rainy day. You never know what's going to happen. It's always nice to have something to fall back on. Like, currently, the reason why he's been donating is because I don't have a job right now because of the whole coronavirus thing. Oh no, I might get demonetized now. But I filed for unemployment, and it's been over a month, and I've been doing the bi-weekly claims. I haven't gotten a single penny. That's why I've been struggling lately. So Jason's been pretty much like donating to keep my head above water, and I can't believe he's doing it, and it means the world to me, the fact that he would do that, because he's working at Amazon right now and he's making decent money. I don't know, the fact that he's been doing that means a lot. And no, I didn't spend my stimulus check on all this crap. I promise. I'll put a good chunk into savings, a couple hundred into some of this. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. But I did give a good chunk to my mom as well to help her get out of debt. But it doesn't end there. I'm not sure if you can see on top of here, I collect action figures. So of course we gotta have an action figure to a Cloud. First, we had to get one based off the remake. And that is what we did. Now, there are multiple versions of this Cloud figure. There is one that came out in 2017, the initial release. Then they made another one that was like, I think Comic-Con exclusive. It was some convention exclusive where the colors were actually based off the original Final Fantasy VII, where it's all purple and brown. Then there's this version. This version came with the first class edition, where it came with the bike and the deluxe edition of the game as well. But a lot of people already have the figure, or they're just getting the better figure that's coming out in a couple of months anyway. So a bunch of listings for this figure has been sold. One sold for less than $100. I wish I was that guy who bought that, but I wasn't lucky enough to do that. Other listings go for about $160 or so. Some of the figures that are in the box with the original release are about like $250 to $300 now, I think now. This one was loose because when you get the first class edition, he doesn't have his own box. It's all in this giant box, mainly dedicated for the bike, and then it is just in plastic. Like, there's no dedicated packaging just for just a figure. But it does have all the accessories that you would expect from the original release, but the paint job is slightly different, and some things are better, some things are worse. But I absolutely love this figure. In fact, if you've been following me on Instagram, you are probably seeing so many photo shoots of this figure. And if you're not following me on Instagram, please do so, because I've been doing some really cool shots lately. Like, even taking the figures outside. It's really awesome. Like, I love doing it so much. Honestly, I care more about my Instagram right now than my YouTube. But yeah, I love this. But then I realized it wasn't enough. So, Advent Children, the movie that takes place after Final Fantasy VII, has a whole new look for Cloud. And of course, I had to have that too. Oh yeah. So, I paid on bid, I think it was about like $170 or so, but I had a $20 gift card that I got through Honey, so I only paid about $150 for that figure. Still, $150 is a lot, but it's cheaper than what he normally goes for, you know, complete in box and all that jazz. I'm relatively happy for what I paid for the price. Now, this guy, on the other hand, this one is... And that figure, I used part of the $300 that I got refunded to buy him. But this guy, on the other hand, this guy is a very, very special story. Now, here, this figure sells for about $300 or more brand new. Keep that in mind. But, of course, I'm looking for used listings so I can hopefully find it for a little bit cheaper. Most of the times, that's going for about like $250 or so anyway, so... Not saving a lot of money, but you're saving something. But I mainly look for curiosity's sake. See what happens. There's a couple listings that I found, but I found one in particular. It was $170 plus 30 shipping. And after tax, it came out to about $212. Now, Kyle, you're probably saying, that's still a lot of money. And you'd be right. But because of me using my credit card to, you know, pay for gas, pay some bills, all those other things, other adult things, and also just splurging and buying some other stuff too. Don't worry, I don't have any credit card debt. It's always paid off. It's fine. I just mainly do it to get the points. But luckily I earned enough points, earned enough cash back to get a $100 certificate. Normally I was going to use that $100 certificate to go to too many games and just buy some things. But this is something that I've wanted for a couple of years actually. Now normally I don't collect PlayArts Kai figures. Oh yeah, by the way, these Fat Cloud figures are PlayArts Kai. I'll collect them because they don't scale well with the rest of my figures. But because of me loving Final Fantasy VII Remake so much, I finally pulled the trigger. So anyway, $100 certificate. Instead of using it in too many games, I decided to put it toward this figure. And also I had $15 in PayPal. So out of pocket, I only paid about like $97. Now this figure brand new probably sold for $140 at the least. And that was if you're getting it from Japan. That's not including shipping. So with this said, I got this for a deal that I could not refuse. Now, there are bootlegs of both of these figures, but thankfully these guys are genuine. When I bought this figure, it was coming from Hong Kong, and it did expect long shipping. Now, Hong Kong, red flag! But I asked the guy, is this genuine? And the guy says, do you mean is it authentic? Absolutely. Take a look at this face. He takes a picture of the face. He's like, look at it. It's gorgeous. And I'm like, okay, this guy knows exactly what he has. Sweet. And then I'm expecting it to take forever. No, it comes in less than a week. It actually takes like a couple of days because I paid $30 shipping apparently. So yeah, I paid $97 and I got a genuine figure very quick. Nice. The amount of detail on this figure is immaculate. Like, whether it be like the texture on his skin, the look on his eyes, the shoulder pad, like there's so much detail in this figure. It's absolutely incredible. I love this figure to death. Honestly, I don't know which one I love more, this one or the other one, but it's probably this one. But like, look on even the back. Like, he has, like, all the different swords that you could put in. He has every piece of the sword. It's awesome. And even the combined fusion sword. It's beyond dope. And I'm so happy I bought this. Oh my god. And while I've been streaming, you probably noticed that I got myself a brand new headset. Ladies and gentlemen, behold, the SteelSeries Arctis Pro Wireless. Now, this headset, normally before tax, would set you back about $330. I paid about $250 or so after tax. I got this, I think it was before the pandemic. Can't remember. Or was it during the pandemic? I don't know. I had money, and that's why I bought it. That, and I was just getting really sick of my Astro A40s because they were falling apart and wires annoy me. This thing, on the other hand, it looks really nice. Don't get me wrong. But the way it squeezes my head, not entirely sure how to feel about it. Maybe it's because I have big ears. Or maybe I have a big head. I don't know. Point is, it's not the most comfortable thing for me personally. And I'm debating on trying out the Astro A50s, see if I like those better. But I love the way this looks, and I love the dock as well. Like, I love its solution to, like, having 2 batteries. So, like, if one dies, you just swap it out real quick. So I'm gonna keep this headset, but, like, I'm really curious about the Astro A40s now, though. Oh well, this is probably a better headset. It's probably gonna last a lot longer than that headset, so I'm happy I bought this. This thing's neat, and it's made my streaming a little bit more convenient, and it's nice. Now, this is something I want to go over real quick because we all got excited over it, and that is the Sonic movie. Now, I seen this movie in theaters. I can't remember if it was day one or if it was just opening weekend. I'm pretty sure it was opening weekend. Probably saw it on a Saturday or something. But I was so excited for this movie. Like, even with the original design, I was still curious on how the movie was going to be. But then they fixed it, and it looks fantastic, and the movie is absolutely adorable. I know I still need to, like, watch this movie again, because I want to watch it with my mom. But there's so many, like, deleted scenes and, like, other special features that I'm so excited to check out. It's one of the reasons why I want to buy it on Blu-ray. And also, it came with the little comic. That, no lie, I was actually very happy about, because I didn't buy the Steelbook because I don't collect Steelbooks, like I said earlier. I was also sad that I wouldn't get this comic, because apparently in the other listings it didn't show them including a comic. But this is the limited edition comic book, and I'm happy that I finally got it. And it's printed on photo paper too. It's really nice. And for this, I had a $20 certificate through Best Buy, so I only paid $8 for this. But I made a donation goal for the stream, and of course Jason bought it, so I could probably thank Jason for this one too. But to be honest, if Jason didn't donate, I would have bought it anyway. But have you seen this movie? Let me know in the comments. What do you think of it? Now let's go into things that, like, kind of relate to my childhood, because one of them was honestly, like, a kind of a waste in hindsight. I'll get more into that in a minute. The other thing's just really cool. So the next thing I got was Uno Nintendo. Now, this thing's really neat because I actually had this when I was a kid, and I bought it again because I wanted it. I wanted to play Uno again, and I wanted to have this version. I bought it years ago, brand new in the box for, like, stupid cheap. So I kept it in the box. Originally, I was going to open it whenever I wanted to play it. But then, after admiring it for so long, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to keep it in the box. I'll just buy another one. And then I made this a donation goal, I believe. And I'm pretty sure Jason paid for this one, too. I can't remember anymore. Jason's been donating too much, and he needs to freaking save money. Anyway, I bought this, and I was so excited. I'm like, yay, we're gonna play Uno! But then, curiosity struck. So, I look in this spot in the living room that normally where I keep this, and apparently a SpongeBob Uno that I completely forgot that I had. And I look in this spot. Now, normally I would look and it would either be just too much of a mess in this particular area to even find it, or there'd be cobwebs and spiders and I'd be scared, and I don't know. There was a reason why I couldn't find it. But the day that I get this thing in the mail, I find my childhood one. So now I have 3 versions of this freaking thing. So I guess if I find someone who's, like, really into Nintendo or Mario, I guess I'll just give this to them. Because, like, A, Or if they want to give me a few bucks, then cool, because your boy needs money. But I like this in particular. I'm not sure how well you can pick it up on camera. If I bring it too close, it's just gonna like get oversaturated or like overexposed, all that jazz. But like it has like a D-pad and like a B and A button from like a Game Boy. But the thing I love the most about this is the cards use like renders from mostly the Nintendo 64 era, except for Luigi. They use the GameCube's Luigi's Mansion render, and it's really awesome. But yeah, for the most part, it's N64 era, and that's my personal favorite art style of Mario. So that's why I bought this. It like means even more to me because of that. So yeah, now I have 3 of these. Great. And I also bought a deck shuffler too, just to make it a little bit easier, you know? It's neat. I like it. Now, the last thing I want to show off today is... Actually, one of them you're actually looking at right now. I bought a couple of Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends shirts, and they're so cool. I love them. Now, the first one, I got these a Hot Topic. Okay, so the first one shows them all at the house. I've had a Foster's shirt before, but I got fat again. Crap. Anyway, I got fat again, so now that shirt's way too tight on me. So I bought this shirt, and it looks really, really cool. I love this shirt. Now the other one, I don't know when I'm going to wear this, but eventually I'm going to wear it. And it has the Foster's crew as well, but all in frames. And no lie, like a bunch of these renders, actually, only a couple of them, never mind, I take that back. Eduardo and Mac and Blue, they're all the same, like, based on this shirt. But yeah, I was excited that Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends shirts were back, because when I first bought my shirt, that was like the only shirt I've ever seen for that show ever. So now these are available, so I'm like, of course I'm gonna buy them. Why not? Like, I'm okay about how they fit. Like, I wish like the shoulders were cut better. Like, I wish like the seam was like more up here, so it would make my shoulders look sharper. But what can you do? I can't be too picky about these things. I don't know, because then it drives me nuts, and I don't know. I can't let things drive me nuts anymore. Anyway, that is mostly what I picked up this month. There's probably a few things that I forgot, maybe, but this video is already so long. I don't want to make this longer than it needs to be. So anyway, I want to do more show and tells, but I think I'm going to do them on things that I buy individually. Just go over it real quick, maybe. I don't know. Or do a proper show and tell where I just pick out something from my collection and just show off like what it is and why it means so much to me. But I also want to do some other videos as well. Like, I want to do a top 5 video games of the generation, or probably do top 5 on PS4, top 5 on Wii U, nothing on Xbox One. I'm not going to do the Switch because the Switch is like halfway done with its life cycle, but like I want to wait until more games come out. But that's it for the video, guys. So if you're new and you like what you saw, you know what to do. In the description, there's my socials. Please, for the love of God, check out my Instagram. But let me know in the comments, more importantly, how do you feel about me changing the format to possibly also showing off some other things in the collection, as well as, I don't know, hopefully some other content. I don't know. What do you want to see in another show and tell that just pays attention to just that figure, or just collectible in general? But yeah, that's it for the video. So I've already said the outro stuff. I've been doing this for what, 8 years now or so? And I still don't know how to do YouTube. So I don't do it full time. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I love you guys to death. And I'll see y'all in the next one. So peace, peace.